This video is about how to figure out what's next for you. I asked in my journal today, I said, what message do you have for me? What do you see that I don't see? Have you ever journaled and you ask yourself questions and you're kind of talking to your higher self? Some people call it automatic writing, and all of a sudden the answers just flow. And here's what my fingers typed out in my journal. Keep trying things, keep going out, keep experiencing new things. See if they work. Get closer to what you're meant for. Let go of the things you're not meant for. Wait until you have that feeling in the core of your being that you're in the right place. And I was stuck in the same loop for years, overworked, in survival mode, unable to see a way out. And looking back, the thing that catapulted me out of survival mode and into joy and even into money was getting out and having connection calls and experiencing life and seeing what problems other entrepreneurs were having. I get an alignment and then I go out and I take action and I see how that action feels. I've been an entrepreneur 25 years, and for the first 20 years, sometimes I was doing really well and then it would crash, and I've always been a quick start, so I've always just gone and done things. And then during the pandemic, when we all had to slow down, I started meditating, and then I just wanted to be on a mountain by myself just thinking about things, and I went way too far the other direction where I was just thinking and planning and journaling instead of getting out and experiencing life. I go so extreme. I love meditation. I love sitting in stillness, but life is where it's at. There is a whole world out there, and my meditation practice needs to help me get into alignment so that I can take aligned action out in this big, beautiful world that is out there. So now I'm in the middle. So I go out and I experience things, but I still meditate, I still journal in the morning. And when I started going out and talking to entrepreneurs and I was thinking of how I could solve their problems, that's where this new business that I have now, I've had it for a couple years now, that's where it came from. And this new business is going so much better than any of my other businesses. I'm so thankful I've learned. And in the past, I would make a business successful through sheer force of will and by sacrificing myself. And then, like I said, I went too far the other direction where I was just gonna meditate and journal and figure everything out before doing it. And that didn't work either. Okay, that didn't work. And for you, I wanted to share this because maybe for your next chapter, maybe the message is for you as well, is to try things. How do I go out and try things without completely upending my life or getting myself stuck in something? How do I try things? How do I listen? Who can I talk to? And it's amazing. In the business, when I was trying to figure out my next move, because for the last 5 years, I was working on having an online business that supported me, and now I have it, and it's beautiful, and I'm so incredibly thankful. And I still have my brick and mortars, but I don't work there. And it was listening to other people. It was getting out and asking somebody about their business and the challenges that they're going through and what they need, and then asking the next person and talking to the next person. That's how the little piece of the puzzle started to fall into place. It wasn't me sitting on my meditation mat getting downloads, although that works too. But the earth is so beautiful, right? There's so much to see. There are so many things going on. And I really feel like we are meant to get out there and experience those things and to be with other people, as well as getting alignment and perspective on our meditation mat. So I'm getting closer and closer to finding this balance between my old kind of hardcore self who would just work really hard and just go for things without thinking, and then myself that was just really into meditating and didn't want to do anything else. I'm finding this balance, and it feels really, really good, and it feels really aligned, and it feels great to share it with you here as well. Taking action is the most important part of strategy. Like sitting back and strategizing and thinking and thinking and thinking, it doesn't get us anywhere. It's great. It's good to do it. Like if you can pair a researcher and a strategist with an action taker, that's amazing. But I'm working on having both of those in one person. And it's feeling really, really good. And so I just encourage you to take action. And I also encourage you, if you have your hopes and dreams and you write them down, it's also great to write down what you're doing to achieve those hopes and dreams on a daily basis. And sometimes you might see that you're spending more time, and I can just talk about myself. In the past, maybe I spent more time on, Netflix or scrolling social media than going towards my dreams. So just wanted to interject that because I think it's important. It's important. Life is short. And this message was so important for me this morning because I have been trying to figure out what's next for me. I've been very public about it on this channel. I thought I wanted a camper van. I got pretty into them. And then I went out and tried it. And I looked at them and I sat in them and I imagined myself in them. And I'm like, maybe one day, but now is not that time. And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to put my stuff in storage and I'm going to go stay at Airbnbs. And then I went and tried it for a month and it was magical. I was on the beach. It was amazing. But then I thought, oh, I need a home base. So maybe I'll just get a loft. And before, I would have just gone and done the camper van. I just would have gone and done it and then realized I didn't like it. And I would have spent a lot of time and energy going in that direction. And I don't know why. I mean, it's not this big novel idea to just try things before doing them, but it's kind of new for me because I would either go for them hardcore or I would try to plan out everything. And again, the time of my life where I tried to plan things out and just tried to meditate my way through life, it was very short. It didn't last very long. So I'm not going to be doing the Airbnb thing yet. I think I will do it, but I am going to rent out my house, even though I love it, because I need a place to walk my dog. And I want to see sunrises and sunsets. And I'm going to go rent a house. And I'm going to go Airbnb sometimes. So I'll have everything I want. But the reason I brought that up is even in this phase of life where I'm going and looking at these houses, before I just would have made a decision right away and I would have gotten really into a house and just gotten it. And there's nothing wrong with that because I think that I've lived a lot of lives and a lot of experiences because that has been my nature. Fail really fast. But I've also gotten myself into situations that then I had to get out of. And I just want a life of ease and grace right now. We're going to have challenges, but for the most part, I want a life of ease and grace. And so what I'm doing is I'm not obsessing over the houses. I was about to put in an application and I was like, you know what? The energy felt frantic around it because these houses keep getting swooped up. And I'm like, nope, I'm going to wait. I have time. Worst case scenario, I put my stuff in storage because I rented out my house, guys. I did it. I already rented out my house. I got first and last month's rent. So I have to be out within a month. I have 1 month and I need to be completely out. And so what I'm doing is I'm going and looking at lots and lots of houses and I'm looking at the neighborhoods and I'm imagining myself, I'm looking up the grocery store. This was never me before. I bought this house like that. I didn't even pay attention to anything. I just knew that I liked the way that it looked and it felt right to me and it was a great decision. But I'm spending more time figuring out the house that I'm renting than the house that I bought. And so I'm looking at these houses, imagining myself there, and my journal entry this morning, hopefully it helps you as well, but for me and where I'm at in my life, it's just telling me that I will know it in my stomach when I feel it. And the house that I was going to go ahead and fill out the lease for, it was a frantic energy decision. And I just made a video about frantic energy decisions and trying to make decisions from an aligned place. And I'll link it here. I really feel like my best years are the next few years. And hopefully they just keep getting better and better. But it is time. It is time to just be out in the world and really going after things instead of being stuck in survival mode and continuously hitting walls and just exploding my life. It is time for me to go out from an aligned place and take actions and see how things feel and get excited about the next chapter of my life. And I want that for you too. So would love to hear about your journey, what your next chapter looks like. What are the next steps that you're going to take to try to figure out what you want? And I do have a couple playlists. One is starting over after 39, just starting over financially, starting over in relationships. And then I have a growing my business playlist, although I will be putting business stuff on another channel just to kind of separate the personal growth from the business. And then I also have a playlist about me becoming a digital nomad, although I'm going to be renting a house, but I'm still going to be going around and nomading it for quite a few months out of the year. So still applicable, still doing that. It's just going to look differently, and I'm going to have my home base, which I think I really, really need. I think everybody, I don't know, maybe some people don't need a home base, but I need one. Bye. I hope you're doing well. Would love to hear from you.